Yes, of course, I feel like quitting every other week. It's a hard thing to do in life. Hey guys, welcome to today's vlog. Almost at the studio, saying bye to this nice car and saying hi to my wonderful studio. I've missed this place. I was just yesterday here. Still, it's the best place in the world and I'm a little bit late here. This has one reason again that is quite annoying. It's actually again another meeting with a lawyer because someone is trying to sue me for something that I said in these videos, and I didn't say anything that could ever be taken to sue me, but this person is still trying it just because he owes me money and he doesn't want to pay it. It's a stupid strategy, but that's what's going on, causing me a lot of trouble, him a lot of trouble, and it's absolutely not worth it because the amount is like, it's tiny, like really nothing you should ever get a lawyer for. Let's start with lunch. Chinese noodle soup's by far the healthiest I can make here in the studio. Trying to eat healthy again. Let's see for how long this will last. Usually just a day or two. And since I lost so much time this morning at the lawyer, being angry, and since on Friday Brennan Wolf's track is coming up and I have to take care of a lot of business promotion things because it's the first day after the weekend where I can again call people and write them emails and get a response, let's just do a nice and quick edition of Q&A. Okay guys, while you watched the intro for the Q&A, I sat here with my laptop multitasking, making music at the same time, calling people at the same time, writing emails. All at once, I dealt with everything. So let's get to the first question. I will go and start with the very last one that was commented. This is probably one of the questions I see the most whenever I talk about my label. It's what genres I accept for my record label. As I already mentioned a couple of times, I try to keep it as open as possible. This means I will release everything that I like that is in the realms of electronic dance music. So it can be dubstep, future bass, tropical house, progressive house, old school house music, deep house, you name it, everything. It just has to be good. It should be musically correct and interesting, catchy, and I really do prefer songs with vocals. So far, every AXSENS release had vocals on top. The next one is, I've been watching your vlogs for more than a year now. Good. The question, how do you manage to do all your things? Man, you're like a machine. Producing, marketing, Vanessa, record label, daily vlogging, editing. I don't know, I just wake up in the morning, work, then hang out with my girlfriend for 2 to 3 hours. She goes to bed and I continue working. Then I sleep 3 to 5 hours, sometimes 6, and then again the same thing every day. I don't know for how long I will be able to keep that up, but right now I still feel really good, energetic enough to do everything. Just once a month I have like one day where I just kind of collapse and sleep almost through the entire day. And one thing that I've learned is when you start something, it's always extremely hard. I remember the first vlogs that I did were really taking a whole lot of time of my day. Now I just let the camera roll, edit it, and it's fine. So what I basically want to say is whenever you start something, it seems very hard to accomplish and to do, and it seems like it's taking a lot of time away. But if you repeat it enough, you will get better, your workflow will be more efficient, you will save more time, and at the end you will do it so efficient because you've done it so often that you will have time to do other things. I first started making music, I learned it, had time to do the vlogs, learned it, had time to start my own label, learned it. Now the next project can start. I still just don't know what the next project should be. Maybe you guys have an idea. So basically just do the things, leave the things that are not worth it. Don't do anything that is wasting your time. Don't do stuff that will solve itself if you just wait. That's one of the things I like to do at home when it comes to cleaning up and that kind of stuff. And it's a lot about sacrificing. I sacrifice a lot of other things to be able to do all of these things because they're more important to me. But that's kind of what I love, so it's pretty easy to do it. He also added another comment. I can't even finish the sentence, I love you, to my crush. Just do it. Just go there, say it. Good luck, bro. And also let us know how it went. Shepdog is asking how I took the car. Is there a company? Yes, there's like a company car to go and drive now. 2 companies actually here in the city, and in most cities in Europe. You just register, you get an app, and with the app you can open any car in the city. I think here in the city it's like 600 or 1,000 cars that are available. For example, the car that I arrived with this morning is also one of those. You just open it up with the app, close it with the app. You can leave the car within the city at any place and someone else can just pick it up and drive around with it. You pay by the minute. I don't know, I think like 20 to 30, maybe 40 cents depending on what type of car it is. Jean's asking, what if someone doesn't want to be a DJ or a live act, just be a music producer? Would it still be worth attempting to go through your label to release music? I mean, to be honest, it's really hard to just be a producer nowadays and release your own stuff as this producer and make money with it. You either have to do live gigs as a DJ or live act to just have that additional income that is usually way more than the releases, or you start doing ghost productions or you produce bands. That's also something that works, but just doing your own music, release it on labels, will probably not get you anywhere, and I think it's almost impossible to make a living of it. I mean, at the end, because if you're successful with it, it would be a waste, because a lot of people would request someone to DJ for that track that was successful, and then there is no one that can DJ. So I think immediately if you have like a big hit as a producer, people will approach you and either try to come up with a project that will then DJ for your productions, or just buy those productions from you and find someone that is performing for you. So I would highly suggest you to find someone that is a DJ or live act that can produce, and you produce for him and you agree on a fair share, so that you not only make money from the productions and the releases, also from his live gigs and DJ gigs. Actually, a person that I used to ghost produce for, we are doing it this way. He is giving me above a certain amount of money he makes per DJ gig a share for the tracks that I produced for him. This share is unfortunately getting smaller and smaller because I stopped producing for him. Someone else took over since I stopped doing the ghost productions. Joe Rock is asking me to post a picture of me back in 2008 to get a better idea of my music and what I looked like. So I will put up pictures here and here of me in 2008 DJing. The next one is interesting. Something I ask myself a lot of times. It's by Roy. He's asking, what is the perfect sound level for monitors, speakers when you're mixing in the studio? Because he sometimes feels like turning it up, but if you turn it up, your ears will hear it differently, because they react differently in different volumes. The higher the volume is, the more your ear reacts to high frequencies. So I read once in an article, it said like 80 dB is like the perfect loudness for mixing. By the way, if you want to measure how loud the sound in your studio actually is, there's an app called Noise. It's like a dB measurement thing, which is pretty accurate since all of the iPhones are the same, and you can check if your sound is like 80 dB. But I personally prefer mixing even a little bit more quiet. This way I can mix longer. It's maybe also one of the tricks how I can produce longer every day. I also do breaks in between, and when I'm done with the mixing, I listen to it very loud and also very quiet, just to check that nothing is sticking out of the mix depending on the level. Another thing 2 persons commented about was me saying in the episode where I was talking about my first songs that I just use a kick at the beginning and that you never ever should that. I meant with that you should never ever just have a kick. Like if your song starts with just like 8 kicks and nothing else, it sounds really awkward. You should always have some kind of ambience, vinyl noise, maybe like chords really low, maybe some crackling effect sounds. Something needs to be there. Just a kick is super boring. It sounds really awkward. And if you listen closely to a lot of club tracks, if the producer puts the effort into it, they will definitely have a whole lot of stuff going on in the intro. I think that's something where a producer can show off a little, that he's putting so much effort into just the intro kick kind of part. I've heard tracks where you just have like a ton of effects going on that are sounding extremely cool. Someone started a comment, where are you watching from? And yeah, a lot of people answered. Brazil, Portugal, England, Tel Aviv, Norway, Latvia, Dubai, Quebec, Montreal, Shenzhen, China. Really? China is getting my videos. Egypt, Beijing, so seems like people in China can watch my videos. Indonesia, Miami, German, Berlin, Melbourne, Netherlands, California, West Virginia, California, Finland, Brazil, Northern Ireland, Vietnam. I mean, that's just one of the things I absolutely love about YouTube. Getting... Just a second. Vanessa's calling. Hi, ich komme so in einer halben Stunde. Ich rufe dich an, wenn ich im Supermarkt bin. Ciao. Yeah, she requested me to come back home and get something to eat. Let's get to the last question. It's by K4L1. He's asking, did you feel like quitting at the beginning, and how many years have you been producing? So producing, I think like 8-9 years roundabout. Depends on how you view it. I think my first release was like 7 years ago, like the first remix I ever did. But I of course got Logic a couple of years earlier, and at the beginning I just checked it out and didn't really produce anything. So yeah, let's just say like 7 to 10 years. Did you ever feel like quitting at the beginning? Yes, of course. I feel like quitting every other week. It's a hard thing to do in life. You have a lot of pressure from friends, from kind of society around you, family, that tell you do something that is like a normal job where you just go there for 8 hours and get your money, because making music is doing way more than that, spending way more hours and not getting any money for the first couple of years. And then even if you make it like a little, it's still less than everyone else, and they have like this head start on you, and just one out of a couple millions is the one that is making it really big in the industry. I don't know, whenever you feel like quitting, whenever you have that urge and you just want to throw away everything, there's just one thing you can do to either really quit or just keep on doing it. And I was always so involved in it, there was no way for me going back. I already passed the point of no return a long time ago. I'm in for this shit if I want to or not. I quit university. I didn't really pay a whole lot of attention in school. I didn't learn anything else. Music is my life and will hopefully always stay my life. I don't really want to end this Q&A on this slightly sour note. So one thing that my mom always tells me, and as you know, both of my parents are artists, they know the struggle, and she always told me a story, or not actually a story, I don't know how you call it, like a saying. Just imagine you are the person that wants to break like a big rock with your, is it called hammer in English? I think you know what I mean. Like you hit the rock every day and you try to break it, and then one day you feel like giving up, and in that second someone else comes, just touches the rock and it breaks, and all of your effort was just for nothing, and he achieved what you actually deserved. So just stay focused, just hit the rock as long as you can. It will eventually break. That's at least what I truly believe. If you just do it long enough, hard enough, and with a lot of dedication, and if you do it more and better than everyone else, you will get what you deserve. But now let's go. Vanessa's waiting. I need to get something to eat. Ooh, Nutella. But I'm staying strong. No Nutella. I just never know what to get. There's just so much to choose from. So much stuff. I'm so extremely indecisive whenever it comes to food. Oh god. I'm sure this won't help, but giving it a try. Was essen wir? Yeah. She's even worse than me. Why did I even call? I eventually got us something to eat. I think it's so obvious, I don't even have to show it to you or tell you. You probably know. So don't forget to like, subscribe to become a signer, sine wave, or part of the Nutella hood.